Okay, well, we just had an exhaustive discussion on what to actually call this video. So we're gonna call
Very
it,
exciting.
as of this moment, we're calling it On the Road with
Right.
Jeff and Pete.
Exactly. No Willie Nelson. He was not invited. He's been smoking too much of the people.
We're actually in Pete's leased Kia Optima. What year is this?
2015 Kia Optima SX Turbo.
So he's got the turbo.
2-liter, 4-cylinder.
He's actually gonna turn it in
Yep.
end of next month, I believe, right? End
Yes.
of next month.
Or beginning of next, by 4th of July. Bye-bye, Kia.
So between now and then, we'll try to do a quick review about his experience with the car and the car in general.
That's a good call.
But today, we're actually going to talk about what my next car is going to be. My existing car is a 2011 Volvo S60.
T6.
And I apologize, T6, yes, I apologize for the bumpiness. I don't have a gimbal. I don't have the budget for that right now.
And it's
so,
a Kia, not a Rolls Royce,
Yeah.
so it will take the bumps.
I really need to buy a gimbal. This is really bad.
Okay. The only thing I know that's named Gimbal is an old department store that no longer exists. So I've never even heard of a gimbal. I've heard of a gimlet. I've heard of Gimbal department store.
So
look
here-
it up, guys.
So now you know what a Kia Optima is like driving on the highway.
Very exciting. Kia power. Actually, 274 horsepower, turbo 4. It's no slouch. It's quick. It's not fast. It's quick. I've had faster cars. Jeff and his wife have faster cars right now. I think it does a good point A to point B, but for a little more enthusiastic driving, it needed better tires, better suspension, at least.
So that's where we're at. That's why, again, we apologize for the bumpiness of the video. We will get there, but we need you to watch us so we can get there. Anyway, let's talk about me.
I like that.
I am going to look for, I'm actually in the market to buy something else pretty soon, probably within the next month or so. Be it new, used, CPO. You know, we can discuss the differences between used and CPO, or even new, depending on what you are looking to buy. So, I want a sedan. I like sedans. We already own an SUV in the house. No need for a second SUV.
Amen.
And
You don't have to be a Christian to appreciate that. I'm
Hey,
just saying,
don't get religion involved.
don't get religion involved.
And that bump
No,
again
no.
was courtesy of the Optima.
Thank you.
And I just like sedans. I like hatchbacks more actually, but sedans fit the bill just fine. I like sports sedans. I like a little speed. I like a little fun. You know, firmer handling, all that good stuff. So
Sedans are great. They really are. They are all around useful. You don't get charged overage fees within parking garages in New York City or other cities where they may actually charge you extra to have an SUV. You don't have to deal with that with a sedan.
So I want something a little sporty, and then handled well. And actually my big thing that really limits my options is I have to have all-wheel drive. So all-wheel drive is a huge limiter for me, which boils it down to a few models. I was thinking an Infiniti Q50 S. I've driven it, I've test driven it, and I like it. It drives really well. The only problem is the tech is really super outdated for a 2018, which I had a huge problem with. So today, I'm sorry, not today, but last night, I was looking at Acura TLX's, specifically an A-Spec all-wheel drive, which looks amazing.
It does. Absolutely does.
So right now I'm kind of hot on the Acura TLX A-Spec all-wheel drive. I'd like to know what your guys' thoughts are, but since I already drive a Volvo, I kind of like the S90 as well. It has a lot of tech.
Beautiful looking car, the S90.
Yes.
Beautiful looking car.
It's long. It's a lot of
Home
car.
run. Home run.
It's a lot of car though.
It is, but from the S70s and S80s of previous compared to this S90, wow. Beautiful car. It may be a lot of car, but you know what? It's time for Volvo to step it up and have a larger sedan, in my opinion.
But you know, it has all the tech. You know, it comes with Pilot Assist 2, all that good stuff. It's just I'm not sure. I don't know if I really love it. I like it. I don't know if I love it. The reason I say that is because when I was online looking at the A-Spec TLX, I was like, oh my god, I saw that blue, which I can't remember. You remember the name of the blue?
I don't know it.
But I saw that blue, I'm like, oh my god, that's gorgeous. Like,
but when you see those eye-catching colors, specifically eye-catching blues that Audi has with sort of a Sprint blue, or I think they called it Nogaro blue. You know, and you see it in different cars. With Cadillac, with the ATS-V, you'll see it in that really eye-catching blue. That's not quite a royal blue, but a beautiful car. And with Acura, you see it in the TLX, but it's more like a blue meets purple. Almost like how Chevy in '96 had the Grand Sport. So the Corvette Grand Sport had the Admiral blue color with a huge white racing stripe down the center. And that color was a purplish blue, if you like. And it was very distinctive.
Blue, actually I even consider it in white, even though we already own a white SUV. I wouldn't mind the white. Number one, white is doesn't show a whole lot of scuffs and marks. It's a little easier to hide, but it doesn't give you the same pop when you have a little blue color when it's clean. But anyway, besides that, that's like a whole nother video on my ideas of color.
That's right.
And actually his idea of color too.
Let me tell you, I want to be on that video because as much as we get along, we don't agree on all of the colors.
And that's the way it should be. We shouldn't agree on everything.
Healthy debates. That's right.
So, because I like the white with the, in the A-Spec model, it has the carbon fiber or the wing and certain accents, so that kind of sets it off and makes it totally different. So, I found a blue A-Spec, but it was only front-wheel drive, and it was $34,500.
It was CPO.
And it was CPO. And based on the market value, you know, within a 100-mile radius of where I live, that's pretty much where everybody else is selling it at.
That sound is my cup. Sorry, everyone.
Right now, I'm kind of hot on the A-Spec. I needed to go test drive one. Big. Absolutely. You should always test drive multiple cars, just to make sure you don't like it. Because you don't want to. you want to make sure you
see what you like.
Yeah,
see what you like. That's important.
I've test driven cars I thought I loved, and I drove it and I hated it. So make sure you test drive at least 3 to 4 cars in whatever category, and even a car that's not in your category, because you never know, it might be something you change your mind on. Because Pete and I change our mind on cars all the time.
Often.
Probably too often, actually.
Probably, but the good thing is, you know what you like when you experience it. And sometimes it will really depend on the day, the week, the month. You can almost say there's not enough time to own or drive everything you'd ever like. If you're truly a car person, you have a very vast taste, okay, in my opinion. And that's why my mind changes very often on cars, where if you asked me last week, oh, I may go for this, and another week, that didn't even make it to the list. So, depends. When it hits you, it hits you.
Depends. So, on my list today is a Volvo S90 T6 Momentum or Inscription, but I mean, I'm not really sure which would, and that's just trim level. A Acura TLX A-Spec, but for the numbers, first world problem, a TLX with technology package isn't all that bad. The Q50 is pretty much out only because of tech. I can't see myself buying something with tech that's already like 5 years out of date, and I'm gonna keep the car for another 5 years, because I've kept my Volvo for 7 years now. Q50's out based on tech. S90 T6 Momentum or Inscription, not quite sure. I like the brand, I like the tech.
With the T8?
I can't afford the T8, that's not happening.
That's my vote anyway.
Acura TLX A-Spec, I'm gonna really look for it. I can't think of anything else. Do you think of another all-wheel drive sedan, sporty sedan?
Would you go CTS? Would you go Cadillac CTS?
I don't know. What do you guys think? Cadillacs, American made, not that European's much better, versus what you could stereotypically say that an Acura is more reliable for long term. I I don't know. What do you think about domestic for long term?
You know, I think they've gotten a lot better. I really do. And I've had a number of domestic cars, but mine were older, so it would be expected that they wouldn't be as reliable as the domestic cars of today. So I would say you could go with domestic. And then the other question is, well, how many years will you have the car? Will you have the car like the Volvo? Will you have it for about 7 years?
Yeah, but I've had the Volvo for 7 years.
Yeah. So will you go that route, or will you go the route of having it maybe for 5? Either way, I think that with either a certified pre-owned car of some such, or going for, you know, something that's not very old and still a decent mileage and whatnot, meaning really whatever works for you, however few miles per year that you're all right with. I think that you can pick a domestic car and a good brand.
All right, well, my battery is about to run out. It's blinking at me. So last question, comment below. Tell me what you think. What is going to be a great sporty sedan with all-wheel drive and has a decent amount of power? All right, guys, we'll talk to you next time. Thanks for watching.
Take care.
Comment below.